Imagine step into a real-life fairy tale where cars are completely banned, streets are replaced by water, and the only way to get around is by gliding down centuries-old canals. Originally established in 13th century by peat miners, this enchanting settlement was built without a single paved road. The miners dug a vast network of waterways to transport their goods, accidentally creating a labyrinth of pristine canals connected by over 170 picture-perfect wooden bridges.
Welcome to Giethoorn,
A mesmerizing village tucked away in the Dutch province of Overijssel, famously known as the Venice of the North. So, my trip to Giethoorn with too many dogs started at Almelo station. First, I caught a train to Zola and from there grabbed another train straight to Steenwijk. And then hop on to bus 70 or bus 270 and boom, you are in Giethoorn. To kick off this Giethoorn adventure, I decided to let someone else do the driving and hopped onto one of the guided cruise boats. For about 10 to 15 euros and sometimes even a complimentary coffee, you get a local skipper dropping historical knowledge bombs while you just sit back, relax and focus on the camera work. If you check out the massive route board by the ticket box, you'll see you have a ton of options. You can brave the self-driving routes like the YOLO 2-hour village loop or the epic 4-hour red route up north. But I opted for the tour boat with captain route on the right. And trust me, you will see every type of boat out there. Looking out at the water, it's basically a floating car dealership. You have got fleets of classic blue whisper boats, those open dinghies powered by quiet electric motors that are perfect for hugging tight corners. Then there are the modern upgrades like the sleek Silver Quest aluminum boat packing a Yamaha outboard. You will notice these wall grey charging cabinets with thick yellow and black cables coiled around them. A quick pro tip: for when you inevitably want to rent your own boat later, those charging stations are strictly private property belonging to the locals and rental companies. Mooring at them is absolutely prohibited, so unless you want an angry local giving you a stern Dutch talking to, whatever you do, don't try to parallel park your dinghy in someone's private charging driveway. And now sit back, keep your hands inside the vessel and let's take a look at what makes Giethoorn the crown jewel of Overijssel. As we glide down these historic canals, the first thing you will notice are the bridges. From charming white wooden footbridges to sturdy black crossings. There are over 170 of these scattered across the village. They connect these little private islands to the mainland, meaning the postman here has the best calves in all of Europe. And look to your left and right at these stunning farmhouses. Notice those magnificent thick thatched roofs? Back in the day, peat diggers used reeds because it was the cheapest material available. Today, a thatched roof is the ultimate status symbol. It's essentially the Giethoorn equivalent of driving a sports car, just much more flammable. And there we have the famous Giethoorn rush hour. Just look at this glorious traffic jam of electric whisper boats. Since anyone can rent one of these bad boys without a license, the canals often turn into a very slow, very polite game of bumper boats. Don't worry, the boats have rubber bumpers and the most common injury is a bruised ego. As we pass the vacancy park, you will see the modern side of the village. Yes, that is a giant fake ice cream cone. And no, you cannot eat it. But do take a moment to admire the incredibly manicured lawns. The locals here take their gardening very seriously. You'll even see historical artifacts like old heavy iron water pumps completely repurposed into very aesthetic flower pots. That's, my friend, is peak Dutch gezelligheid, making absolutely everything look cozy. Finally, our captain steers us out of the village canals and onto the open waters of the Weerribben-Wieden Lake, lined with lovely holiday chalet. This lake is unique because it is incredibly shallow, mostly only about waist deep. It's the perfect spot to drop an anchor, go for a swim, or simply float under the sun while congratulating yourself on a flawlessly executed travel itinerary. Once you have mastered the waterways, it's time to hop onto dry land and dive into the surprisingly quirky history of this floating village. As you stroll along the paths, you'll pass classic brick buildings like the old Gemeente House or Town Hall. You'll also spot traditional black wooden boats resting quietly in their rustic open-air wooden sheds right over the water. But to really understand this place, you have to cross the little wooden bridge and step into the museum Giethoorn te Olde Maat Uus. The story starts in 1227 when the settlement was first recorded as Giethoorn, meaning goat's horns. For centuries, the locals survived in deep poverty by digging peat out of the earth to sell as fuel. They dug so much that they actually had to pack up and move the entire village 4 separate times. This relentless digging severely weakened the land, and in 1776, a ferocious storm surge swallowed a neighboring village completely, creating the vast shallow lakes we sail on today. But the people of Giethoorn were nothing if not resourceful. Just look at their footwear. Everyone wore heavy wooden clogs all year round. These weren't just shoes. They were medieval multi-tools. Thirsty? Scoop some drinking water right out of the canal. Hungry? Kids would chuck their clogs into trees to knock down fresh nuts. Leather shoes were strictly reserved for Sunday church, where women would also sport spectacular gold or silver headpieces topped with Brussels lace. Speaking of local traditions, the dating scene here was absolutely ruthless. If a young man went to court a girl and she served his coffee in a blue cup, it meant instant rejection. And if a couple did make it to the altar, practical brides seaweed simple, undecorated dresses just so they could reuse them for daily chores. Step inside the historic farmhouse and you will see exactly what those daily chores looked like. Before the local dairy factory opened in 1898, families made their own butter by hand in the churning room, a space that also doubled as an indoor butchery. Need groceries? You'll just pop over to Hendrik Smith's living room shop, a literal store inside a neighbor's house that sold everything from baking soda to sweets from 1910 until 1959. After a long muddy day, families would relax in a beautiful living room before crawling into a bedstead, a wooden box bed built right into the wall. And if nature called in the middle of the night, a wooden outhouse over a simple bucket was waiting for you. Giethoorn eventually caught the world's eye. Princess Juliana visited in a traditional handcrafted oak punt boat in 1921, and the village became a booming tourist hotspot after starring in the 1958 hit Dutch comedy film Funfair. Finally, to protect its hard-earned peace, gas-powered boats were strictly banned in 1994. So today, as you glide away under silent electric power, you aren't just riding on water. You are floating through centuries of incredible, unbreakable Dutch history. Cruising Giethoorn is a dream, but watch the local waterway rules. You'll spot uitgezonderd aanwonenden under bridges, which means except for residents. Also respect private signs guarding those manicured lawns. The Fairytale is still a real neighborhood. Avoid the no entry signs, stick to designated tourist routes, and quietly soak in the magic of the Venice of the North. Tucked away among the canals, you will stumble upon a fascinating piece of local history. The Mennonite Church. Back in the 16th century, Giethoorn's remote pit box actually served as a safe haven for people fleeing religious persecution. Stepping inside, you are greeted by this stunning towering pipe organ and deeply peaceful atmosphere. This community was built on non-violence and spirit they call Samen Een, meaning together one. You can even see historic Dutch Biscaynes Bibles on display, which were carefully passed down through local families all the way from the 1500s. After soaking in that quiet history, it's time to hunt for some local treats. I popped into the Hermit, a charming thatched roof shop right on the water. The inside is an absolute treasure trove of Dutch souvenirs and trinkets. Most importantly, it's the perfect spot to grab some original Holland syrup waffles. You simply can't leave without trying a stroopwafel. But Giethoorn isn't just about history and shopping. Back out on the water, you get to see how people really enjoy a sunny day. I mean, why rent a standard whisper boat when you can strap an outboard motor directly to a floating picnic table? Watching this crew cruise under the wooden bridges with cold drinks in hands is the perfect reminder that life in the Netherlands is meant to be enjoyed on the water.